And for more on the World Environment Day, environmental activist and executive director, Renewable Development Initiative, Phillip Jakpor, joins me via Zoom. Good to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's localize this particular conversation. And let me start by getting just how severe the issue of the certification, drought and land restoration is in Nigeria. I want to be sure that you heard me, Mr. Jakpor.
I think I didn't hear you. Maybe you want to come again?
So I was asking you, I was saying that we should localize the conversation and look at how severe the issue of desertification is in Nigeria. I know there are figures, especially for the northeastern part of the country, but how bad is the situation?
I like the fact that you use the word, let us localize it. The situation in terms of desertification is so severe that there are about 11 states, we call them frontline states of the northern part of the country, that are facing severe desertification. So we see the downward march of the desert, of the Sahara. And the danger of this is what informed the federal government's decision to initiate the Great Green Wall, which is supposed to be all about planting trees across these 11 states. So checkmate the downward march of the Sahara. Unfortunately, this initiative has not been backed with the political will to ensure that we stop the Sahara encroaching in these states. I may want to escalate this a bit. Now, the downward march of the Sahara is responsible for the migration of pasturists from the far north to the middle belt, and we can see the kind of crisis it has continued to cause. The header landowners crisis you have across the entire northern part of the country is as a result of this downward march of the Sahara. So the political will on the part of government is where we need to work on to ensure that the green wall is actually actualized beyond talk.
And I like that you have mentioned one of its implications, which is, the implication it has on security. There's also food security. There's also the issues around health. But what sort of national response is required for this?
Well, I think, like you have mentioned, we see the ramifications of not doing anything. Pasturists moving, the Lake Chad drying up. The Lake Chad was about 25,000 square kilometers in 1965. Today, the Lake Chad is less than 1,500 square kilometers and still shrinking. So livelihoods have been lost. There's been so much talk about doing something about this, but we have really not seen, that real action. Even the Great Green Wall we are talking about, I think about 2 years ago, or if not last year, there was a report about monies that were for tree planting exercises that were diverted. I think about 81 billion was diverted. So you can see that we have been mounting these issues, but we have not matched it with real concrete action. Beyond that, even in the southern part of the country, you also have coastline erosion, which is eating many coastline communities. Look at what is happening in Ayutthaya, for instance, in Ondo State. Look at what is happening across the entire Niger Delta. And then look at the kind of pollution we also have in the Niger Delta, places like Okoniland, which is massively polluted. So the commemoration this year of the World Environment Day, the theme itself, should be a wake-up call for our government to be serious about addressing this crisis which threatens to swallow all of us.
Thank you so much for your time. And the hope is that this is not just, at the federal level, that state governments will begin to also take up on some policies in this regard. Thank you so much for your time, as always. Environmental activist and the executive director, Renewable Development Initiative, Phillip Jakpor.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, that's the word now. I'll be back at 4 with more updates. Thanks for watching.